It's an exciting day at the office. A very, very exciting day. Look at that. We're getting our roof redone. Pretty sweet. I should get inside before they throw more crap off. That is so awesome. I love it. I love it. I was originally not even going to come into work today because, I mean, I'm on the top floor. Lynn and I were worried that maybe it would be really distracting, but I decided I was coming anyway. James and Lynn are doing an event right now, but it's just so awesome. I love it. Listen, I wouldn't say that I'm like an oral hygiene master. I'm having one of those days where I'm struggling to just do work that I don't find invigorating, and I'm procrastinating by brushing my teeth. So, there we go. At least you don't have to smell my bad breath. Like they're about done. Like a lot of people, I am fascinated by Lin-Manuel Miranda and what he's able to do. I think a lot of the source of my admiration of him is because I fancy myself an artist as well, and at one point I wanted to be a writer and producer and director and star of live theater just like him. I mean, no lie, the man is exponentially better than I could ever hope to be. I've been aware that I don't have what it takes to be a theatrical professional for a long, long time. When I was in high school, I got to do 2 professional shows at a local children's theater, and I worked with people who had been involved in theater for, at that point, their entire lives. I mean, these were people who are my age now, right? In their 30s and their 40s. They had been involved in this work for their entire lives. They were so much better, again, than I could have ever hoped to be, and they were still struggling. And it was at that moment that I realized I'm probably not cut out for this, but I still have this huge desire for that to be my world. And when I see people like Miranda who are just amazing, I just weep with joy for them. But there's something else I find exceptional about Lin-Manuel Miranda, and that is that he is one of the greatest leaders of our time. And I'm not the only person who believes that. A few weeks ago, Fortune magazine published their 2016 list of the world's greatest leaders, and Lin-Manuel Miranda is on it. And here's what they said about him, and here's the reason why I think that he is such an amazing leader, and he's the kind of leader that I aspire to be. Here's something that the folks at Fortune magazine write about Miranda. Without comment or apology, Black and Hispanic actors portray every founding father. In the musical Hamilton, Black and Hispanic actors play everyone. But it's not just that Miranda has Black and Hispanic actors playing all the characters. It's this piece here that Fortune identifies as without comment or apology. Lin-Manuel Miranda decided to do something that he thought was good and right and beautiful and true, and he didn't ask anyone's permission, he just did it. There's an idea that we talk about in our office a lot, and it's called the parable of the apple trees and the pear trees. It's not really a parable, but it sounds a lot better when you call it a parable, right? Anyway, here's what we mean when we talk about the parable of the apple trees and the pear trees. For a long time, I thought that the best way to institute change or produce some sort of innovation or something like that was to come in and get people to change their minds about something and completely change the way that they were doing something. It was a very arrogant way of behaving, and I did it for a long time as I was getting going in my career. There are still times that I still do it. I don't want to pretend like I'm better than that or anything, but I am a little bit better because I finally realized that people don't want to change. And it's not that they don't want to change because they're bad, it's that they don't want to change because a lot of stuff's really working for them. Like, I do a lot of church work, and one thing that I'm also fond of saying is that the church is not broken. It's working for exactly the people who want it to work. But when I was a young pastor, I came into a church and I tried to get everybody to change the way that they had been doing things for like hundreds of years and do things a different way. And I was met with so much resistance, and rightfully so. That was an arrogant thing for me to do. And what I finally realized is that if I wanted stuff to be different, I had to just go to a different space and do something differently. So here's where pear trees and apple trees come in. I liken the folks that I came upon that I thought needed to change, I liken them to apple trees. And here's the reality, a lot of people like apples. A lot of people like apples. But rather than trying to convince those apple trees that they needed to produce pears, or rather than cut down the apple trees and graft pear trees onto the stalk of those apple trees, what I needed to do was just let the apple trees be what they are, and I needed to go over here and I needed to plant some pear trees. If I want to deal with something different with pear trees, I just need to go plant pear trees over here in the pear orchard. And so I think that that's what Miranda did in theater and with Hamilton. He decided to just go plant pear trees and to tend pears without comment or apology. He just went and did it, and he just let the work speak for itself, and he let people realize, oh, we really like pears. He didn't try to convince them, hey, I've got this new fruit that I want you to try. It's called a pear, and they're like, nah, we're good with apples. Thanks, man. He didn't go through any of that. He went and he planted a pear tree, he cultivated it, and then he brought it to people, and he said, taste this, and people were like, that is amazing, and he's like, right? So I've started calling this the Miranda rule. And the Miranda rule is, if you want to do something creative, if you want to do something new, if you want to do something innovative, just go do it without comment or apology. Just go do it. I love it. Oh, it makes me so stinking happy. I really want to go see Hamilton, but the tickets are sold out now, I think until 2018. It's coming to Chicago. And I keep checking the website for Hamilton in Chicago because I promised Simon and Ian that when it comes to Chicago, I will take them. I gotta be on that because boy howdy, if I miss that, I am in deep trouble. You know I'm in trouble. It's always weird when you work in the office alone. I mean, I like it, obviously, that's my personality type, but it's always weird to be the only one at the office. James and Lynn are off running an event. I'm actually going over there tonight. But first, I have to go get my hair cut. I love getting my hair cut. All right, this is crazy. I'm on my way to my haircut, driving through to get some dinner, and the person who was on the speaker thing left her speaker thing open, left her microphone open, and she's just cussing up a storm about one of the customers. Next thing I know, she's not on. I hear, oh, I'm so sorry. The next thing I know, I hear another voice. That's hysterical. Hysterical. Man, I mean, we all screw up, but wow, that's just bad. But I'm looking beautiful.
You are looking beautiful.
Anna's making me look beautiful. Don't you think I'm beautiful? She just looked at me and said, you're going to put on your hat, aren't you? I said, I am. She said, that's so rude. Like you're going to cover up my masterpiece. Alright, so I don't know if they have these things where you're at, but Great Wolf Lodge is like this indoor water park and like lodge place, and it's really kind of fun. Some people think it's pretty awesome that we have this event here. This is an event for our pastors where we bring them in and just let them have some fun. They can bring their families and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty sweet. My family's actually here. They gave them tickets to the water park. I wonder if I can find them.